Now the story that might never have surfaced if someone hadn't picked up his home video camera. We've all seen the pictures of Los Angeles police officers beating a man they had just pulled over. The city's police chief said today he will support criminal charges against some of the men. Here's ABC's Gary Shepard.
The three police officers facing felony criminal charges were among a group of 15 who stopped a 25-year-old black man last Saturday night, then beat him, kicked him, and clubbed him, unaware that an amateur photographer was recording the incident on videotape. Los Angeles Police Chief Daryl Gates looked at the tape and said he thinks assault with a deadly weapon will be one of the charges.
Struck him with batons between 53 and 56 times. One officer rendered 6 kicks and one officer 1 kick.
All right, so Sergeant Coon.
Just Sergeant Coon, no so.
So Sergeant Coon, what happened when you arrived on the scene?
Well, Officer Singer and Officer Singer had Rodney King and his friend on the ground. They had their guns out, which I thought was a bad idea. They'd either end up hurting themselves or hurting the suspects, and we didn't want that. So I told them to stand back, and my men and I took control of the situation. I saw Rodney King on the ground, and he seemed spaced out, and he was chuckling.
So you think he was high?
I think he was on angel dust. PCP.
What made you think he was on PCP?
His eyes were dilated, and he seemed spaced out, not entirely there. Very jittery, I describe him. He seemed very muscular, so I had my men use caution. We approached him in a flanking maneuver, but then he outmaneuvered us, so we were forced to use tasers. After he took 2 tasers to the chest and wouldn't go down, it seemed more and more likely that he was indeed using PCP. Let me tell you something about PCP. I have a friend up in Northern California. He works in a jail. He's a jailer, and he's a guard there. And they had this guy in for a lockup for the weekend. You know, it's a county thing. And he's supposedly high on PCP, and they decide he's, calmed down enough that we can put him in his cell. And all of a sudden, this guy gets another kick, and he pushes my friend against the wall, throws him in it. Skinny little guy. So I knew if this guy, this King, if he was on PCP, he would have taken us all out, not given it a second thought, run off into the bushes somewhere or something. Climb a tree, who knows.
So at any time, was it racial?
Look, I oversee 15 different guys in my department. I don't have time to deal with racial whatever, okay? I will not sit here and have my moral integrity questioned by whatever department you claim to be from. I don't know what all these cameras are for either. It's a very simple case. This man, he was a bad guy. And that's what we do. We take down bad guys, and that's all we did. Our job.
So, what is your name?
Georgia Holiday.
Okay, Miss Georgia. What made you come out at 12 o'clock in the morning?
Well, first of all, I was asleep. I was disturbed by this loud noise, so I got up and looked out my window and seen this horrible, horrible image of Mr. King being beat by a couple of officers.
Okay, so you not only was watching, but you recorded.
I did. At that moment, when I looked out the window, I hurried up and got my camera to record the footage.
What made you record?
I felt like that it should have been captured. To me, it looked wrong for a bunch of policemen beating a suspect.
You say that kind of weary. Do you think there was any racial anything involved with this?
I can't say for sure. All I know is that I seen Caucasian officers beating a black male. But I'm not going to say that it was racial.
Perimeters there are the 210 freeway on the north, the Foothill Freeway, the Golden State Freeway on the south, Sunland Boulevard on the east, and the 118 freeway on the west. Now, once again, all streets leading into those areas are closed off now. That's central Los Angeles, south central Los Angeles, and the area of Sunland out in the valley, and they will remain shut down until further notice. So that's a large area of the city cordoned off now. Officials can't say, as you can imagine, if that's going to include tomorrow morning's rush hour traffic. So we're going to have to keep you posted on that, because that could really, really be a mess. But you know, a lot of those areas, there are not going to be jobs for people to drive to anyway.
I think here comes Miss McCoy. So, Miss McCoy, what did you think about the Rodney King beating?
I don't want to talk about it, thanks, so it's okay.
But what did you see on the scene?
Okay, I did my job. I was there. I saw a man on the ground and a bunch of police officers reported on it, and that's it.
Do you think there's anything racial going on?
I told you, I did my job. That's it. Don't have anything else to say.